Hi, it's Valerie D'Ambrosio, and I'm so excited to share something with you. So, Steamboat Movement Fest, as you know, we're going into our fourth year, and we have a lot of different opportunities, and we bring in new guests, new teachers every year to make it that much more exciting. And we're very particular about who we bring in. And I invited someone from my own world, and as some of you may know, as a coach, I believe that it's super important to have as many tools in your toolbox that you can as you navigate this human life. And about November last year, I had this intuitive hit that I wanted to get my palm read. And I just knew, and every cell of my body, that it was something that was going to support me. So I started to research and look into different things, and I found this woman. And I watched her videos, and I dove in to the information that she had and decided to get a reading. And it blew me up, because for me, it gave me more information about myself. It showed me aspects of myself that I've been doing in life that haven't been supporting me, where I've been kind of hitting against the same walls. So working with her has really been such an asset to my life. And I'm so excited to introduce to all of you Linda Salazar, who is who does hand artistry and is a genius with it. So she is coming to the Summer Steamboat Movement Fest 2018. Thanks so much, Linda, for being here, and thanks so much for coming.
Thanks, Val. Thanks for having me here and doing the interview. And with an introduction like that, when you use the word genius, I don't know, that's a reputation that's not easy to live up to, but I'm going to do my best. So I'm thrilled to be here, and thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about hand artistry for people that don't quite know.
Yeah, this form of hand analysis is actually called scientific hand analysis. And the reason for that is it really is something that is demonstrable, teachable, and repeatable. And the hands contain two components that we deal with. And believe it or not, your hands are actually a map of the major neural pathways in your brain processing. So in other words, what's ever going on within you at a deep cellular level, the hands are reflecting that. But as I said, we're talking about two different areas of the hands that I analyze when I look at them. The first is the palm, and I'm looking at the shape, I'm looking at the lines in the hands, I'm looking at whether they're curvy, whether they are straight, I'm looking at the fingers and the lengths, I'm looking at if these fingers are, tight together when you open your hands, or if one's a little bent, or what's straight. So there's all these different components, including the thumb, whether it's high set, low set, because all of these aspects in the hands actually mean something. There is nothing random in the hands. They all have a very specific meaning behind them as I look at the various lines. This lets me know a little bit of a story about your life. It's really like your personality traits and then some. But then we have a whole other piece of the hand, and that's called the fingerprints. This is considered the blueprint of your soul. And the reason for that is because in your fingerprints are your life purpose, your life lesson or lessons, and something called your life school, really how you filter the world, how you kind of move about in the world in the most comfortable way for you. Now, your fingerprints are considered the blueprint of your soul because they are created 5 months before you were born. So when you bring in the components that are showing up in the hands themselves on top of the fingerprints, now I've got a complete picture about you, where there might be some dilemmas, why those dilemmas are there. Maybe you've got some gift markings that you're not using, and what we can do to help you shore that up so you can use them, and where the fingerprints get in the way of what's showing up in the hands. So it's quite a magnificent way of really helping people just kind of move through any struggles they're having, or even support them to move beyond, or move when they're using something to the best of their ability, but to be able to use it in an even greater way. And every time I do it, I am just so truly honored and moved, because it allows me to get to know somebody at such a deep level. And the one thing that people often say after a reading is how witnessed they felt, how seen they feel. And it is remarkable, that things can be said and told to them before even meeting somebody, before ever having a phone conversation with them. So I find it just a beautiful, joyful thing to do for people, and to be able to truly help make this world a better place, quite honestly.
I love it. I love it. And there's so much there. There's so much there. And so interestingly, just to give you guys one thing that I've watched is I've watched a few of my clients as well as a few of my friends get their hand analysis done, and it's actually been super useful for me with my clients to help understand them better. And then some of my friends actually had their children done so that they could understand their children better, and so that has been super supportive. And one thing that I got to witness with my own self, see, I was raised in an environment that was pretty chaotic, and it was just ridden of anxiety and overwhelm and constantly changing and volatile and everything. And so because that was what all I knew, as I started to move through my life in that kind of frenetic state, and I went through, for those of you that know me, that kind of like high, just keep go, 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 go. But it paid a price, so much so that it hit me really significant health-wise. And that's something that I've been recovering, but I didn't let certain parts of me breathe and parts of me have permission to learn a new way of being, because it was all I knew. So Linda's obviously done my hand analysis. So can you give them a little bit of information about how reading mine would have supported me around specifically that?
Yeah, absolutely. Keep in mind, I didn't know Val from Adam. She found me on the website and she bought a hand analysis, and I sent her the information to make her prints. She sent them back to me. And one of the things that I knew was absolutely going to be a major conversation with us was what was happening with her fingerprints, or showing up on her fingerprints. Because she has what is called 8 arches, and then the other 2 fingers she has these loops. But the arches, which is just kind of like, the sand dunes, they look just like an arch on the fingerprint. And when you have 8 arches, that means you're dealing with really learning how to move from chaos or anxiety or fear and move into stillness and a place of calm. Because this is about her life lesson and her life school when you have a total of 8 of the same fingerprint. So that means she's in the life school of peace, and it means that her life lesson is around peace. And so, not knowing that this is the environment she grew up in, we spoke a great deal about what it means to just kind of ground yourself, center yourself, how important it is to not overtax yourself, to not multitask. Yes, this sounds like it can be very generic for anybody, but when we're dealing with somebody with these specific fingerprints, with this specific school, with this specific lesson, it hits that person, it hit Val at a very deep core level. So this was really honoring and helping her to really shore up that place of waking up in the morning and get yourself grounded before you move about the day. Because what will happen with the people in the School of Peace is they can absolutely live a life of chaos until they recognize that, oh man, there's another way to do this. And so I often use the example of that when the guy's on the stage and you've got all those sticks across the stage and the plates are spinning and he's running from one end to the other to make it look great, that nothing's going to come crashing down. That's exactly what it can feel like for somebody in the School of Peace when they're doing too much and they're not just taking a moment to breathe, because they need to feel safe in their body. They need to use their breath as their way to get grounded. And for Val, on top of this, she also has her emotional style, which is in the heart line, which is the hermit emotional style. That is requiring even more inner sanctuary time, even more time to just be with the feelings and figure out what you're feeling before you necessarily can easily express yourself. So whenever she is put in an environment that is taking her out of that place of stillness or asking her to do too much at once, it can throw her into a tizzy. And so now she knows this and she knows what she needs to do for herself. And in fact, her being a yoga teacher is one of the greatest assets she can do for herself. So I was thrilled to be able to be a part of that awareness so that she can now focus on it in her life every single day and just feel this sense of relaxation, if you will, when she knows she's going to that place where that chaos starts to come in.
Right. And it's so brilliant. And what I love, you guys, is that, I believe truly we are never given anything more than we can handle in life. Actually, we're giving precisely what we can handle. And so in that, what I realized is that I intuitively went on the path of consciousness when I was 20. So now at 44, I've obviously learned different lessons, and I've tripped and fallen throughout my time and hit walls and bumped. But like Linda said, it's perfect that I just naturally, intuitively went to teaching yoga, teaching meditation, working with people, walking my talk, helping people that are high achievers really find greater stillness and self-care, right? But here's the piece that I love about this hand analysis especially is that what I realized is I didn't give myself permission to everyone around me because I wasn't fully owning it. So having the hermit heartline in recognizing that I need space, and space is important for me, and my rituals are important for me, it is a non-negotiable. So everyone in my life, the more I stay steady to that, or needing a plan because I'm in the school of peace, right? The more I stay steady to that, and that's what this has given me, a permission slip to say, hey, this is how I roll. This is how I'm going to operate this best. This is how my vibration is going to be the highest. This is my non-negotiable. So I get the opportunity to see, can other people in my life meet me, or are they unwilling to? And then I have a choice. So there's so much here. And what's happening is Linda's coming, and she's offering 2 different classes for the Steamboat Movement Fest this summer. Can you tell us just briefly about what those are about?
I can absolutely do that. So on Friday, this is a basic overview of the hands and a lot of the things that they contain, talking about the gift markings, talking about how the dilemmas can show up in the hands, how I come up with the particular types of fingerprints that let me know the life lessons and the life school and the life purpose. So I'm going to be doing about 75 to 90 minutes worth of just a complete overview of what the hands contain, what each things mean. And then on Saturday, that's the immersion, where I'll do a 2-hour class solely focused on the heart line. And the heart line is the line that sits right at the top of your palm, and it starts underneath your pinky, and it travels across the hand, ending anywhere from the middle finger over to the index finger. And it can be straight or it can be curved. So there are 4 different emotional styles known as the heart line, and you're going to learn about what each of those emotional styles are. You're going to know exactly which one you are. You're going to know how to read somebody in your life, or anybody in your life that you want to read for, what their emotional style is. So that will give you a great immersion into this area of how we truly want to receive and give our love, and how we want to be treated within our relationships. And one of the beautiful things about the Heartline, when you really understand that we each have our non-negotiable emotional requirements, and we know how to ask for that and to honor ourselves within it, and then let other people know that that's what we need, and know that about other people, it can transform relationships in ways that, honestly, I never imagined possible until I started doing the hand analysis work and focusing very heavily on the heart line.
Yes, yes, you guys go. And being a connection coach and understanding relationships are everything. When we have this tool, and then we have the tools of the people, and we have this an understanding of the people in our lives that we love, we get to connect with them more. And you can even do this on a business level and within your business. So that said, Linda is offering a special deal, a huge deal. Normally to do a session with Linda, it is $257. So for the next 2 weeks, from June 18th to the July 2nd, for 2 weeks, she's offering a special deal for the price of $157 for your reading for people that are going to the Steamboat Movement Fest. So get your Heine in gear, get your ticket, and sign up for this with Linda. And you can do this right away, by the way. So can you tell us how they'll go about doing that if they want to sign up?
Yes, they can do that right away is correct, because I do not need to, and actually 99.9% of my readings are not done in person. They're done over the phone, and I record the call for you, so you always have it to listen to over and over again. And now you're thinking, how can you do this over the phone? You don't have my hands. Because I don't need them. I send you a packet that contains ink sheets and instructions and a little sample. I just happen to have this right here of what a handprint can look like after you make your handprints. And I send you a template to put those handprints on, and a self-addressed stamped envelope where you just ship your handprints back to me, and then I can sit and analyze them for a little bit, and then set up an appointment for you that we get on the phone, and as I said, record the call, and then we get to have a whole big discussion for an hour about you, your hands, your life, and how things can move forward for the best of your ability. So what you'll want to do once you sign up, if you shoot me an email and you tell me, yep, I want to do this, then I will send you the link where you can get this special discount price for $157 until July 2nd. And then what happens after that, the price will go up to $197. And that will continue right up until the end of the festival. So even if we don't get to you. If you send you send me your handprints and we're getting close to the festival, if I don't get to you prior to the festival for reading, then we can set up some time at the festival to do the reading. And for those at the festival, we can continue going forward after the festival to finish up the reading. So anybody who just signs up gets the $157 price until July 2nd, and then you get the $197 price until the end of the festival, which I think, Val, and you can correct me if this is wrong, August 3rd, I think it's August 12th is the Sunday that it ends. Okay. And email me, linda@yourheartisinyourhands, with a plural at hands.com. linda@yourheartisinyourhands.com. And if you want to learn a little bit more about me and hand analysis, go to my website, yourheartisinyourhands.com. Thanks.
Yeah, and all that information is below this video. So make sure you sign up, make sure you get there so you can meet Linda in person. And we really look forward to having you, Linda. Thank you so much for joining us this year.
Oh, thank you so much. And I look forward to meeting everybody at the festival. Take care.
Thanks.